Nordstrom is going through layoffs. J.Crew is in debt. Meantime, e-commerce startups like Fab.com and One Kings Lane have been wiped off the map. And while many retailers and e-tailers have been fighting to stay afloat, there's one company that seems to defy all of this doom and gloom. Online retail startup Stitch Fix revealed that it hit sales of $730 million last year and has been profitable for the last few years. Stitch Fix relies on data, algorithms, and a network of stylists to send clothes to customers on demand. For more on what's next for the company, we're joined now by Katrina Lake, CEO of Stitch Fix, in an exclusive interview. So there are a lot of clouds over the retail landscape, but somehow you guys have been defying the odds. How did you get there?
It's really customer centricity to the core. And so for us, really being able to focus on what is the customer looking for, how is she, what is fundamentally what matters to her when she buys clothes, and then to really be able to create a business model around that was, I think, at the core of what we do. And so our clients, they let us know their preferences, they let us know how they think about their body, they let us know what they're looking for, and then we're able to really specifically cater to what she's looking for and not have to kind of weed through all the listings and filter through all the results and all of the kind of difficulties that people see in e-commerce today.
As you grow, though, there are going to be new challenges. How do you weather those in the midst of such rapid growth?
Yeah, I mean, at this point, we're really at a place where we can scale. We have scaled. We have 5 distribution centers. We have over 6,000 employees. So we've really built this amazing base from which we can continue to grow and that we can also continue to launch new businesses. And so we just launched men's about 8 months ago, and we launched plus size very recently. And in the men's business, for example, we built a business in 6 months to be as big as the women's business was 3 years in.
Wow.
And so we've really created this platform, I think, that has all of these additional kind of vectors for growth. And we're at a place now where I think we can really focus on that.
How much are these different businesses contributing individually to the bottom line? I mean, are women still your bread and butter? Is it men's? Is it maternity? Is it
women's is still by far our biggest business. We've been really excited to see plus size. Plus size has surpassed our expectations in terms of how well the business has done, how fast it's grown, and I think that's a really underserved market and one that we're especially well suited to serve exceptionally well.
Now, you haven't raised any funding since this $25 million round. Led by Benchmark in 2014. You've raised $42 million from outside investors. Meantime, you've got Airbnb and Uber raising billions upon billions of dollars, and they're not profitable. Do you think there's some irresponsibility going on at some of these other companies?
I can't speak to what's going on at other companies, but in our case, I focused really early on unit economics and making sure that we were going to be in control of our own destiny. And so to be able to serve the customer the way that we want to serve her and do it in a way that I felt like was right for our financial situation, I think has served us well. But that being said, there's a lot of investments that we've made, men's and plus size, and there are probably other investments that we'll choose to make in the future.
What are your capital plans going forward? Do you think you'll raise more money?
I can't comment on any future financials or any raises that we might do.
Or future IPOs, perhaps?
Right now, we're really just focused on building our business, on serving our client well, and continue to grow the healthy business that we have.
So one of the questions about Stitch Fix is, how many clothes do people need? Will customers keep coming back over months and years, rather than just a one or two off? How do you think this is sustainable?
Yeah, I think we can actually be best in the world at retention. And so one of the amazing parts about our business is that we have this partnership with our client. So our client is sharing with us how she's feeling, what she's looking for, where she is in her life. And there are absolutely times when our clients will pause and say, I have enough clothes from now, and then they'll come back and say, I just came back from maternity, or I'm starting a new job. And so that open channel of communication that we have with our clients, I think, enables us to be really good at retention and really understand where she is in her life cycle.
Amazon is experimenting with brick and mortar. Is that something that you guys would do?
We don't have any specific plans on brick and mortar right now.
So Rent the Runway has this idea that clothing can be rented out like Netflix, and that people are more likely to rent their wardrobe in the future than they are to buy it. What do you think of that concept?
Honestly, we haven't experimented much with rental. I think just seeing all the innovation that we see in apparel has been just really exciting. It's a really huge space. There's a lot of different ways that customer behavior has changed, and so rental is not something that we've spent much time on, but we're excited to see how excited the customer is to try apparel and try to buy apparel in new and novel ways.
We've just got a question actually from one of our Bloomberg listeners. What about the threat from Amazon? Amazon is also getting into brick and mortar. They're getting into fashion as well.
Yeah, I mean, you can't underestimate Amazon. Amazon's an amazing company. We really think of ourselves as being focused on a different value proposition, and so for us, I think there are a lot of product categories where there's a lot of nuance in the decision, and so trying to find jeans, for example, that are just the cheapest jeans that are going to ship to you fastest, like that's not what people are looking for in jeans. They're looking for the jeans that are going to fit their body, that are going to make them feel great, and I think that's something that's really hard to do in the world of kind of filter and search. And so, you know, we definitely don't underestimate them, but at the same time, I think we're focused on a very different value proposition.